quiet, then intense. A single comment, a missed chore, or a cold look. When it shatters the stillness of a long marriage, built-up frustration ripples outward, turning a quiet evening into a landscape of chaotic emotional pain. This is relationship fatigue. It's the cycle of pouring energy into a partner, asking for support, and meeting the wall of perpetual disappointment. It leaves you hollowed out and emotionally bankrupt. We naturally look across the room for the cause. We assume that if they changed or found a new partner entirely, the pain would stop. We treat internal peace as something provided by someone else. 5 centuries ago, the philosopher Yangming argued that we have the source of this pain misplaced. We suffer because we misinterpret where the relationship ends and where we begin. Yangming founded XinXue, the philosophy of mind. We never interact with the real world, only our perception. In marriage, you interact with your mind's representation of your spouse. Relationship friction is an internal projection bouncing back. Feeling hopelessly trapped suggests the emotional remote control is pointed at the wrong person. To change the channel, the signal has to come from within. To reclaim that control, we must stop looking at our spouses as the problem. Instead, we can view their behavior as a reflective surface. Every frustration is a trigger. When a partner's action stings, they are simply activating a script that was already running inside your own mind, an unhealed part of your own story. If you interpret a spouse as cold, look for your own internal emptiness. You may be demanding their constant attention to prove that you have value, making their distance feel like a threat to your existence. Feeling controlled often reveals a lack of personal boundaries. A part of you might subconsciously desire to be managed to avoid the weight of your own choices, even as you resent the interference. We try to cure these feelings by lecturing, nagging, or trying to fix the person triggering us. We pick up a hammer to shatter the image in the mirror, hoping the reflection will finally look the way we want. Smashing the glass does nothing to change your appearance. Similarly, attacking a partner's flaws only leaves you exhausted and bleeding, while your internal reflection remains the same. The force driving that hammer is the thief of expectation. It quietly steals your serenity by demanding that reality conform to your wishes. This shows up as the urge to educate a spouse. You try to rebuild their habits, correct their parenting, or manage their domestic life as if they were a project rather than a partner. In the world of mature relationships, adults filter for compatibility. They do not spend decades trying to rebuild another fully formed human being. Every individual has their own personality and path. Demanding that a partner fit an idealized fantasy is an arrogant violation of their right to exist as they are. Suffering stems from an ego-driven attachment to an illusion. We fight reality rather than accept the person standing right in front of us. When the weight of that reality feels too heavy, the immediate reflex is flight. We look to divorce or total immersion in work to escape the tension of the home. But running is a flawed strategy. Your internal insecurities and lack of boundaries travel with you. They will be there waiting at the next destination. Yangming taught practice in action. Spiritual growth requires engaging with real-world friction, and marriage is that resistance. Avoiding the barrier resets the curriculum, introducing a new partner to teach the same lesson. Pushing through domestic realities is the mechanism for personal change. The exhausting compromises of a long marriage function as a training ground. This domestic friction provides the specific resistance needed for self-mastery. The goal of this work is an internal environment that remains stable, regardless of the person next to you. This is true emotional autonomy. You learn to generate your own sense of value, safety, and joy. You no longer need your partner to validate your existence or manage your moods. It leads to a paradox. By removing the demand that your spouse completes you, you are finally free to love them for who they actually are, rather than what they can do for you. You take back the emotional remote control. If they are kind, you cherish it. If they are difficult, you maintain your boundaries. Their chaos no longer dictates your peace. You reach unshakable composure. You realize that while you love them, your internal stability no longer requires their permission.